Greetings, weary travelers, and welcome to another episode of Read and Roll, the show where we bring in an unsuspecting guest to play one of the classic fighting fantasy choose-your-own-adventure game books. Last week we had Scream Queen Selena, and she did extremely well. She played for over 3 hours and survived the entire time right up until she, met with the Thassalus, was it? Anyway, yeah, it was a formidable beast, and unfortunately, she perished. But hopefully, today's guest will do a little bit better. And today we have a internet star of critics and gaming, I believe, and some little furry fun as well. Little animal talks, and we're going to bring them on pretty much straight away. So, hang on, where has she gone? So, please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Horror Amorata. Hello, Horror. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right, I hope you liked your little intro there. I'd forgotten about the animal show that you did. It just came into my head as we were.
Yeah, it's been on hiatus for a little bit just because, life gets busy and sometimes you can't quite connect the way you would like to. But I know we'll be bringing it back as soon as both of our schedules realign.
And of course, you do the criticism shows as well. That's why you call the Abysmal Critic.
Well, I do criticism videos, you could call them. I, talk about video games and video game accessories. But no, I mostly just talk about video games and my opinions, which have a tendency to be very critical and occasionally very bad. So
yeah, everyone's got an opinion. Well, we're going to say hello to the people in the chat just quickly before we start. So we have Legatus Legionis. Some say he's a great mod. I say he's the best mod. Some people would say the best mod in the world. Unfortunately, Scream Queen Selena, you weren't first because Legatus was. Sorry about that. But we'll give it to you since you did so well last week. Oh, she admits it too.
Nice.
Who else we got in here? We got Legatus Legionis, Scream Queen Selena. Steve, another dungeoneer, dares to challenge the depths of hell or something. Yeah, definitely. We've got Lucifer in here. I believe that's Tomby's son, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we've got, of course, Davyverse. Welcome, Davyverse. Thank you for joining the channel. And there he is himself, Tomby. Hail all, Yay. He's saying. Welcome. Drum roll here. Galadorn, thanks for joining us, mate. Thanks. It's good to see you. We got Crimson Shadow as well. Shadow's back. What's the crack? Jackalus and Mateys. And Bendover. Is Yarny here as well? Oh, excellent. Yarny raid.
Oh, Yarnwich.
Welcome,
nice.
Yarnwich. And we also have Atom Grey. Welcome, Atom. Good to see you. Pleasure to see you all in here. Well, that concludes that part. Let's get into the game itself. Now, you said you were familiar with Choose Your Own Adventure game books.
Yeah, I read a number in my young years.
Probably
tiny.
About the same time as me. Yeah. We're roughly the same age.
Back in elementary school, yeah.
Well, I never went to the same elementary school. Well, maybe I did. No, I definitely didn't. Let's change the layouts. There's my big mug, and then I have to go over here and put us in there like that. I like the way that your avatar dances.
It's because I'm dancing. That's what it does.
Oh! Brilliant. So, today, the books that we have to choose from are The Warlock of Firetop Mountain, The House of Hell, which is the first book that we played on the series. Abe did quite well with that, but died twice. And we've got The Talisman of Death. I gave you the blurbs before we started the show, so you could choose one. So have you had an opportunity to choose one?
I did. I decided that House of Hell sounds just, downright homey. So.
It is a good book. It's full of corridors and rooms and all sorts, but we're going to read the blurb for it quickly before we start anyway. So, The House of Hell. Lovely. Right. Let's get her up. Oh, where you gone? I know you're around here somewhere. I can see you. There we go. Lovely. So I'm not going to go through all of the rules straight away. Some of the rules will just go along with as we play them. Like some of the fight scenes, all that kind of stuff, all the fight rules, we can just dive into those as you encounter a battle. But there are a couple of things that you do need to know. I did tell you before the show that it's probably best to have a piece of paper and a pencil ready so that you can make a map of where you go in, or maybe just for your own memory, you can write a few things down. But we have got an adventure sheet as well, which I'll bring up from time to time as you need it, and we can make notes in that. But apart from the regular rules that are in the game book, I also have my own 3 rules, which makes the show a little bit like I always forget its name. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? So we've got Ask the Audience.
Oh, nice. So we get some lifelines. Okay.
Yeah, you get lifelines. You can ask the audience, which means that I will, if you want to ask the audience on a certain choice, I'll put a poll in the chat and then the audience can choose. You've got Phone a Friend, which means that you get to ask one person in the chat what they think, because who knows, they may have played the book before and they know better than me or you or whatever. And then the third one is Backtrack. If you make a decision that you don't like, I'll allow you to go back to the previous paragraph and choose again. Now, I haven't made this clear on the other shows very well. You can't use this when you're in a battle. However, if we get to a battle, like a page where it is a battle about to commence, I will allow you to backtrack before you commence the battle. Okay?
Sorry. Okay, that sounds good. Sorry, I muted myself for a second there.
Don't do that too many times, because I actually need you to respond.
Yeah.
Right. So let's get on with the blurb. Blurb. I like saying that. So, the House of Hell. Taking refuge in the infamous House of Hell has to be the worst mistake of your life. The dangers of the torrential storm outside are nothing compared to the blood-curdling adventures that await you inside. Who knows how many hapless wanderers like yourself have perished within its gruesome walls. Be warned, tonight is a night to remember. So we'll go through a few things. Oh, and by the way, people in the chat, I'm still speech jamming myself because I haven't quite figured out that issue on my side yet. So bear with me. Okie dokie. We'll be rolling for your skill, stamina, and luck scores shortly. And as you saw on the adventure sheet there, actually, I'll bring it back up. We've got room for your skill, stamina, luck, and your fear score. Now, the fear score is an interesting one because although we'll roll for the max fear, you will start with a fear of 0, and that can go up at certain paragraphs when you get scared. And if you reach your max fear, you die instantly. Yeah.
Very Lovecraftian.
Very. And it's actually... it was pointed out to me by someone in the comments a couple of weeks ago that it's actually +6 and not +3. So when Abe played it, he played it at a disadvantage.
Aww.
And your skill score, because you start with no provisions in the game, we'll roll for your initial skill, but we have to deduct 3 from it immediately, and that will be your starting skill. And then as we go through the game, you may pick up a weapon that adds to your skill score. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So let me just put that back down again. And let's get into the game. Oh yeah, so hints on play. There is one true way through the House of Hell, and it will take you several attempts to find it. Make notes and draw a map as you explore. This map will be invaluable in the future adventures and enable you to progress rapidly through unexplored sections. Remember to make a note of any advice you receive and write down any messages or special references you're given. Some rooms contain death traps and others are chambers of horror. Be warned. It will be realised that entries make no sense if read in numerical order. I've got to take that out because I don't. That's not necessary for the way that we play this.
No.
The one true way involves a minimum of risk, and any player, no matter how weak on the initial dice rolls, should be able to get through fairly easy. May the power of good go with you. Right. So the background. The rain spatters on the windscreen relentlessly. You can see no more than the watery gloom as you strain forwards over the steering wheel to see the road ahead. Although the wipers flap valiantly, they are fighting a losing battle as the rain drives harder and harder. Your foot eases off the accelerator, the headlights struggle to light up the road ahead. Damn you, curse! The white-haired old man who sent you off along this bumpy track. Probably he meant the second turning on the left, or even the right turning. The old fool. Perhaps this is his idea of a joke. Speech jamming, sorry. After all, you didn't notice the mischievous glint in his eyes, something vaguely sinister. But what sort of nonsense is this? So you've taken a wrong turn and got caught in downpour at night. The rain will soon ease off. You can't possibly keep up with this deluge all for long. And then you'll be able to... Watch out! You spin the wheel frantically to the left to avoid a figure who from nowhere shows up in the headlights. The car bumps and jolts as it bounces over a rocky roadside and thumps into a ditch. You collect your thoughts. You are unhurt but shaken. Then you remember what has happened. The body. You must have hit a figure which appeared. There was no way you could have avoided him. You spring out of the car, praying that he's still alive. Your clothes soak up the rain as you hobble back to the road. In the darkness, it is difficult to see anything, but there is no sign of a body. You consider the situation. Are you certain that it was someone and not a trick of the light? Yes, you can remember the arms held up in fright as the car collided, and the look of anguish on his face. His face. There was something familiar about that face. A man you recognized, an old man with white hair. Your heart leaps. No, impossible. With a shiver of fear, you race back to the car, jump inside, force the key into the ignition and twist it violently. The starter coughs, splutters, and dies. You hit the key again, but this time a single shudder from the engine is all you can manage. You grasp the wheel within your hands and shake it desperately as if to force some life into the car, but the battery is dead. Your car is certainly not budging from the ditch tonight. Your situation is hopeless, but now the plight of your car is paramount. Where can you get help? You passed a garage at Mingleford, but that was some 20 miles away. As if in answer, a light appears in the distance. Someone has switched on a bedroom light. What a stroke of luck. It was at least 15 miles back that you passed the last house, and you have happened to have broken down just a short distance from someone's home. You button up your coat and open the door. From outside the car, you can see the building more clearly. Just ahead, on the left, a drive winds up to a large house. It is a good 5 minutes walk away, and by the time you reach it, you will be drenched. But how else can you call a garage? You can't afford to miss tomorrow's appointment. No, go you must. Anyway, you'll probably be able to dry off inside after phoning a garage. You slam the door, turn up your collar, and set off for the house. A flash of lightning lights it up clearly for you, but in your preoccupation with the rain, the warning from above is wasted on you. The house is old, very old, and in a shocking state of repair. The light in the window is flicking, most likely an oil lamp, certainly not electric, and you don't notice a fact that might have turned you back anyway. There's no telephone line going into the house. As you climb the steps to the front door, little do you realize what fate has in store for you. Tonight is going to be a night to remember. So, before we start, gonna do the old thing, and we're going to roll for your stats. So, are you ready to start playing?
I am ready.
Okie dokie. So, for your initial skill, please, can you roll 1d6? A
Nice.
6, top score. That gives you initial skill of 12. We'll have to minus 3 from that, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives you a current skill of 9. Now, if you can roll 2d6 for your stamina, please.
Ew.
2 and a 3, that's 5. We've got 17 as your in, because that we had 12, sorry. So 17 is your initial stamina. Now for your luck, please. 1d6. 4. Excellent. Plus the 6, that is 10. And one more d6 for your max fear, please. 3 plus 6 is 9. So you can score as high... oh, sorry, I'll put that as 0 because it starts at 0. You can score a max fear of 9, and if you do, that's it. You're dead.
Correct.
Okie dokie. Right then. Just trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell you before we start. I like I said, you can ask for this to be brought up at any time. All you got to do is ask for the adventure sheet. You may want to make your own notes on your own piece of paper, but I can make notes of the journey as we go along in here. So, just going to take a quick look at the chat before we start. Grizzled Entertainment joined us. Hello, mate. Bendover saying, hello, Abysmal Critic. And Dadman Walking, hello, howdy. Pleasure to see ya.
Hello.
Let's go then. Right. Here we go. Oh, I better take that down. Sorry. Okay, here we go. You climb the creaking steps to the front door and pause to catch your breath. Even though you ran all the way up the drive from the car, you are soaked through. Your feet are particularly wet. You see, that was a Freudian slip, that was, because I was thinking squelch, and I said wet at the same time as thinking squelch, so I said welt. Anyway, particularly wet. Judging by the number of puddles you stepped into in the dark, the drive needs a small fortune spending on repairs. But under the porch, you are out of the storm, and you brush the rain from your clothes before turning towards the door. The rain is still pelting down, but an eerie silence hangs in the air. No lights are on downstairs. You step back off the porch to check the upstairs window which attracted your attention earlier. Nothing. No lights. The whole place seems to be deserted, but then you remember the time. 5 minutes to midnight. Everyone in the house has probably gone to bed. An owl hoots in the distance. And a shiver runs down your spine. The situation is a little scary. Here you are in the middle of nowhere at some strange run-down old house about to wake up whoever lives inside at midnight. They certainly won't be too pleased, but you have no choice. If you're going to make your appointment tomorrow, you must reach a telephone to call for help. You step up to the front door, and from the left-hand side of the house, a dull glow catches your attention. A light has been turned on. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least someone is awake. You consider your options. There is an elaborate knocker in the middle of the door, and a bell pull hanging down to the right. So, your first choice is, will you rap on the door with the knocker, pull the cord, or creep around the house to investigate the light?
Well, let's go ahead and rap on the door.
Okie dokie. A few moments later, the door handle turns slowly, and the door opens. Standing in the doorway is a tall man dressed in a dark suit with tails. His long, solemn face... his long face is solemn. Yes, Oh, no, I always get that wrong. It's supposed to be indignant. Yes, he asks indignantly. You smile nervously and explain your situation. Your car has broken down. You need to reach a telephone, and you are soaked to the skin. The man's face remains expressionless. Come in, he orders. The master is expecting you. Follow me. He leads you into a reception hall and tells you to sit down while he informs his master of your arrival. Turn to 8. You sit down in a solid carved chair and look around. The reception hall is certainly not what you would have expected from the outside. It is elegantly decorated with rich tapestries and fine oak panels. A number of portraits line the wall. A sturdy 16th century table is set against one wall. Will you wait for your host to arrive, study the paintings, or hunt for a telephone?
Let's study the paintings.
Okie dokie. Turn to 304. 3 portraits are particularly interesting. Will you look at a beautiful young woman wearing a tiara, a middle-aged, portly gentleman wearing half-moon glasses, or an elderly woman with grey hair and a cold expression?
Let's look at the elderly woman.
You step up to a portrait of the Duchess of Brewster, 1777 to 1845. She looks at a stern old woman with an icy stare, a lady of nobility, no mistake. But as you stare, her image seems to shimmer. You blink and try and look away, but you cannot. Within the shimmering face, you can see small movements and your jaw drops as the portrait's eyes turn towards you. Add 1 fear point for the frights. So before we go on, just quickly add 1 fear point. Oh no, you're mildly perturbed.
Oh gosh, something made me jump.
The woman's lips start to move and you hear a voice saying, "Stranger, you have innocently stumbled into this cursed place. Would that I could, I bid you escape, but alas, I cannot. There is evil and suffering within these walls, and you may only escape by destroying it, but that is almost impossible. I can tell you this though, you have an ally close by who may be able to help. This man is dressed in a grey robe. If you can find him, you may together free this house from the evil that controls it." With these words, the shimmering stops. You rub your eyes and look again. The painting is still. I just want to make a note of where you came from. Not that you can make a different choice if you backtrack to this page, but I just like to keep a note of where you're going and coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Footsteps. Someone is coming. The tall man you met earlier walks in, opening a door for another tall man dressed in a purple smoking jacket. "May I present Lord Kelnor, the Earl of Drumer," the butler announces. The Earl holds out his hand and you shake it. His grip is strong and his eyes pierce yours. His lips widen to a soft smile. You begin to tell him of your predicament, but he holds up his hand. "Please, I can see that you've been caught in this filthy storm. Let us sit by the fire and we will see if we can help. Franklins, tell the cook to prepare some food for our visitor." You protest that you do not wish to be any trouble, but your host ignores you and leads you into a drawing room where there is a fire burning. You take off your coat and you sit down. The heat of the fire makes you feel comfortable once more. Franklin's returns with 2 glasses of brandy. Will you relax, drink the brandy and ask if you can use the telephone, or will you wait to see what he asks you?
I will wait to see what he asks me.
Turn to 111. Your host is a little annoyed by your nervousness. Come, he says, there's no need to be afraid. Has your little accident caused you to lose your nerve? Drink your brandy, you'll forget your fears soon. As you watch him, your mind begins to play tricks on you. Is his expression one of genuine concern for your welfare, or is there a hint of something secretive in his eyes and smile? You shiver, and your fear of the situation is evident. Add 1 fear point. A short while later, Franklin's appears. Your meal is served, sir, he says to the Earl. You both rise and go into the dining room. So I'm just going to add that fear point for you. Oh no, a little bit of poo came out. Turn to 309. Okay. The dining room looks magnificent. A long table stretches between 2 fine chairs and is laid with gleaming silver cutlery. A rich red wallpaper covers the walls, and the room is lit by a sparkling chandelier, bristling with candles, which hangs from the ceiling. You take your seat and the butler moves behind you to offer you wine. Will you take the white wine or the red wine?
The white wine.
White wine it is. The wine is dry and light, obviously a very expensive vintage, but there is a puzzling aftertaste which you cannot place. Perhaps there is a little sediment in the decanter. Nope. Tastes more like aspirin. Too late. You realize that your wine has been drugged. You start to raise yourself from the table, but the effects are already taking hold. You stumble, fall back, and crash to the floor. Consciousness fades. Turn to 173. Oh, by the way, sorry. I will allow you to backtrack if you want to.
Oh, no.
That is one of your lifelines. Okay. You open your eyes. Your head is spinning, and it is some time before you are fully aware of the fact that your hands and feet are bound. The room you are in is empty, but you work out a plan. You will hop over to the window, break the glass, and use it to cut yourself free. Pulling yourself to your feet is awkward, but you manage it, and with a mixture of hops and shuffles, you arrive at the window. Outside, the wind is blowing the rain against the window panes. Will you go ahead and smash the window with your hands, something of a risky business, or will you instead test your luck? If you want to test your luck, turn to 136. If you don't, turn to 360.
Let me see here.
Oh, so just so I can explain at this point, I should do, because I haven't explained it so far. Luck is part of the game. So basically, your luck score currently, if I bring the sheet up, your luck score currently is 10. So if you test your luck, you roll 2d6 dice, and if the dice is less than or equal to your current luck score, then you are lucky. If it's more than your current luck score, then you are unlucky. So every time you use your luck, you have to reduce it by 1. So the more you use it, the more risky it becomes. So would you like to test your luck or not?
Can you just go back to the page?
Yep.
Let's see here. Smash the windows with my hands or test my luck. But it doesn't really tell me what happens if I test my luck. I just have to
No,
test
it doesn't.
Well, let's go ahead and test. What?
Before you carry on, I need to check something. Because now that I'm actually looking at it, I feel like there's something missing there. I feel like there's like a part of a sentence missing. So I just need to check something.
Okay.
I'm actually checking the original game book. You see, because the way that I do these is I have all of the PDFs for the game books, and I kind of use a mixture of optical character recognition, and then I'll go through the game books looking at the Word documents, and I have to double check that everything is fine, that everything works well. So we're on paragraph 173. 173. Follow the passageway. No, that's not right. Will you go ahead and smash the window with your hands, something of a risky business? Or will you instead test your luck? No, it's right. It is right. Sorry about that. Just had to test. The ghost looted it. Is that what Steve's saying?
I think we'll go ahead and test our luck. So,
okie dokie. Let's go and do it.
2d6.
Okay, so that's a 6. So it is less than your luck score.
Right.
So you are lucky. And we will just adjust your luck score now to 9. So the next time you use it, you've got to get 9 or less.
Correct.
Okie dokie. If you were lucky... Sorry, were you lucky or unlucky? If you were lucky, you managed to escape the splintering glass without any harm. If you were unlucky, you cut your wrist and you lose 2 stamina points, and then we turn to 317. So, well done. You were lucky. You were lucky.
Yay.
That's a Monty Python sketch, that is. You were lucky. Anyway, 317. You cut yourself free and massage your wrists to get the circulation moving again. Then you walk over to the door and try it. It's not locked. You try the handle, open it a little, and look outside. Your room is on a first floor landing. Facing the door is a balustrade, and looking over the banisters, you can see the entrance hall below. To your left, there are 2 doors in the corner of the landing, which runs along to the right. If you wish to go that way, to the right, turn to 287. Looking to your... Sorry, that was to your left. Turn to 287. Looking to your right, the landing runs past another door and turns to the left. To go that way, turn to 33. So, would you like to turn to the left or turn to the right?
So one way is 2 doors, and the other way is a door, and then the land goes to
and
the
then
left.
It goes around to the left. Yeah.
I will go to the left.
Okie dokie. Turn to 287. You walk up to the 2 doors in the corner of the balcony. The one on your left is named Balthus, and the other one in front of you has no name. If you wish to enter the Balthus room, turn to 299. If you would rather go in the other door, turn to 86. If you choose to ignore these doors and continue down the landing, turn to 193.
Let's go with the unnamed door.
It's funny because Abe had a thing for unnamed doors too.
And he died. That's unfortunate.
The door opens into a narrow passageway which ends at a window. There is a door halfway along the left-hand side, and a sign on the door identifies it as the Diabolus room. If you wish to try that door, turn to 13. If you wish to investigate the window instead, turn to 110. If you are not keen to do either and would prefer to go back through the door and continue along the landing, turn to 193.
I would like to investigate the window.
Okay. The curtains are drawn across the window and you approach cautiously. You gingerly pat the folds in the curtain, are relieved to find nothing there. Although they seem to be safe, you are still on your guard as you draw them apart. As you do, a thunderclap booms outside and makes you jump. Doesn't add a fear point though, luckily. But you are safe. A perfectly ordinary window is uncovered. However, the heavy iron bars on the outside are a little worrying. Through the window you can see nothing but the rain running down the pane of glass, but curiously, the rain is avoiding one area. Could it be that the wind is blowing the rain away from this one corner? You bend down to take a closer look. Written in the condensation, which has formed on the glass, is a message. You read the words, Mordana in Abaddon. You repeat this message to yourself and then rub it off the window in case anyone else should see it. This message may be useful to you and you will realize when it is. If later in the adventure you want to use the message, turn to reference 88, but do not turn there now. You must head back to the landing and turn left. So, I'll do you a solid and I'll enter that into the notepad for you. Mordana in Abaddon 88. Okie dokie.
Mm-hmm.
You're making your own notes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. I don't think... I think maybe Selena did. Abe didn't. But Daramuth definitely did, because he was constantly scratching at the table. I could hear him. A guy who is sleepy, welcome to the chat. It's good to see you, mate. Thanks for joining us. Davyverse, last time I'm having wine at the Epsteins, I swear. And Tiny But Fierce is here as well. Is this the Rocky Horror Picture Show? Kind of. Those are the vibes that I got from it the first time I read it.
A little more drugging in this one than was in Rocky Horror, but yeah.
Janet, Brad, Rocky. Anyway, let's get on with it. You were at 110.
Now we got to turn to 193.
That's right. Here we go. A short distance further on, you come to the top of the main staircase, which leads you downwards. Immediately opposite the staircase is an unmarked door. Do you wish to go downstairs, try the unmarked door, or will you continue round the landing?
Let's continue around the landing.
233. A few steps past the unmarked door is another unmarked door. If you wish to try that one, turn to 98. If you wish to ignore it and go on, turn to 374.
This place really likes its unmarked doors.
I did say.
I ignored the first one.
No, you didn't. You went into it.
Oh, I meant in this corridor. I ignored the first one. So let's see here. So technically I didn't ignore the first one, but I ignored the second one. If I'm going to follow pattern, I'd check this one out. But I don't know that I want to check this one out. Let's face it. I don't know what's back there. But at the same time,
you don't know what's in any of them.
Or I could just keep going and there'll probably be another unmarked door.
Probably. Or a marked one.
Or a marked one. Or could be my death. I mean, you just don't know. Let's we'll check this one out.
So you're going to go into 98, yeah?
We're going to go to 98.
You open the door cautiously at first, but all you can see is darkness. So you swing it wide open. Aye! You scream out loud as a body tumbles forward on top of you. The body is that of an old man, and judging by the expression on his face, his death was not a pleasant one. You must add 3 fear points. You panic and run off round the landing.
Well, that was a bad
You kind of... Sorry, what did you say?
That was a bad door to open.
It was, unfortunately, because now you're up to a current fear score of 5. I mean, you may run into something that brings that fear down again. Or you may ingest something that puts you at rest, or maybe you want to go to sleep in the house, or maybe not.
Sounds like a terrible idea.
Okie dokie. Well, so now that we've gotten to that point, I'm going to remind you that you have some lifelines. So if you'd like to backtrack, I'll give you the fear points back, or take them away from you again.
Oh no, I'm committed here. So.
Okie dokie. Here we go then to 374. The landing turns right and a passage branches off. You may either turn left down the passageway and past a couple of doors before turning left again, or turn right following the landing.
Let's follow the landing.
Following the landing. Very good, very good. 272. You follow the landing round past a wooden door which bears the name Tutavillas. You may try this door by turning to 155. or straight ahead, the landing ends at a panelled wall and the passageway turns to the left. To follow the passage round, turn to 175.
Tutavillas. You know, that doesn't sound too evil. Let's go ahead and check out the door.
I don't know whether you understand Italian.
No.
But tutti usually means all, and villus, or it's Latin really, isn't it? So tutti is all, and villus is like villain.
Anyway, let's check out the door.
Okay. You step into the room. It is a stylish bedchamber, beautifully decorated, but one thing disturbs you immediately. The windows are barred. Perhaps being so far from anywhere, they are designed to keep intruders out rather than keep guests in. In the center of the room is a four-poster bed. You walk over and test the mattress. It feels very comfortable. By now, you are in need of a rest. Will you climb into bed? Or walk over to the window and take a look outside?
Since I am not Goldilocks, we're going to go look at the window.
Someone's been putting Rohypnol in my wine. So you're not going to climb into bed. You're going to test the window. Okay.
Window, yeah.
Draw back the curtains and peer outside. The light in the room makes it difficult to see, so you pull the curtains behind you with your face pressed against the bars. You look through the window. There is a rumble of thunder in the distance and the rain is still beating down, making it difficult to see anything. A fork of lightning flashes down from the sky and lights up the sight, which makes you cry out loud. Outside your window, dripping wet and swaying in the wind, is a ghastly face. A long, dead figure hanging in a noose is staring at you with lifeless eyes. You step back and fling the curtains shut to hide the horrendous sight. The face is familiar. The old man in the village. You must add 3 fear points. What will you do now? Will you dive into bed and sleep through the night, or run out onto the landing? So, before you make your choice, I'm going to give you the option to backtrack if you want.
Oh, no. We're running back on the landing now. I'm not getting in that bed. Are you insane?
You don't have to, but you can backtrack to the last chapter and choose something different than going in the Tutavillas room.
Yeah, I could, but I don't know. I don't like to backtrack.
Okay, well,
I have to start all over again. You know?
Yeah. So you're 1 point away, 1 fear
From
point
death.
away from dying now. Yeah. Sorry about that. You're doing worse than Abe, gotta tell you.
Cool.
It's not a competition. So you're running out onto the landing. You're certainly not getting into bed. You sure about that?
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
I'm not sleeping in this place.
A wise decision, perhaps. You open the door quickly and step out onto the landing. Luckily, there is no one about. Turning left, you follow the passage round until you reach a wood-panelled wall where the passage turns left. Turn to 175. You follow the passageway round the corner to the left. 2 doors face each other across the passage, and you may either try the door on the left to the Belial room, or the door on the right to the Abaddon room. Straight ahead, the passageway continues for a few meters before ending at an unmarked door. So will you enter the Belial room, the Abaddon room, the unmarked door, or turn back and go downstairs?
Well, I've already heard something about Abaddon, so let's go ahead and do that.
Yes, so on your adventure sheet there, I don't know whether you can see it clearly, but it does say Mordana in Abaddon. 88 is the reference number, and you'll know apparently when to use that reference number.
We're not there
So
yet.
are we going in that room?
We're going in that room.
We'll do it live.
Or die. One of the two.
You enter a bedroom which is lit by a single candle burning by a bedside. A heavy, musty odour hangs in the air, which could come from all the plants which are standing in pots on the mantelpiece, beside the table, dressers and shelves. Whoever used this room certainly liked plants, but another sight catches your attention and stops you in your tracks. Asleep in the bed is an old woman. It seems that she's not heard you, for she has not moved since you entered the room. Do you wish to leave her in peace, walk over to the bed and wake her, or will you instead spring over and attack her before she can wake?
Let's wake her up.
Okie dokie. Leave her in place, walk over and wake her. 139. You step over to the bed and shake the old woman gently, but as soon as you do, you touch her withered skin and you jump back in horror. She's stone cold dead. Add 2 fear points, and I am afraid. You have died.
Ran death.
Yeah. You've capped your pants. You've shot your load.
I've died quite spectacularly.
You did quite well. I mean, you went in all the right doors, if you wanted to die, of course. How did you enjoy that first...
Well.
Sorry, what did you say?
I did the dying thing really well.
You did. I mean, you died quicker than Abe.
Hey.
But he died twice. Let's see if you can beat his score. We'll be re-rolling for your stats again in a second. I'm just going to take a quick look through the chat. Don't trust doors. If there's one thing that you can learn from this show, is don't trust the doors.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You only live once, as the kids would have said a decade ago. Yep. No one says that now. And hello, Jocko Lantern. Pleasure to see you. I don't believe I've seen that name in the chat before, so welcome. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so. And whilst I'm actually here, I'm going to do the little thing, you know, do the things and the stuff. Subscribe, click the bell, notifications, get a thumb, stick it right up in there. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. So, go right back to beginning. I'm not going to read through all of it again. We'll get to the decisions in a second. Mm-hmm. Also, on your adventure sheet, I am not deleting Morgana in Abaddon.
Okay.
As it's something you've discovered whilst you're crusading. Just get all these scores back to 0. Right. So, we'll start with your skill score. But that is, of course, if you're ready and willing to do another round.
Oh no, let's do this.
Okay. And I will also just, you know, allow you, if you need to, you know, take a quick break or anything like that, need to go to the bathroom, make yourself a drink, anything like that.
I'm ready when you are.
Excellent. Let's do this then. If you can please roll 1d6. That's a 6. Excellent. Same as last time. So you have a initial skill of 12. We'll take away 3 from that. So you've got
9 again.
Yeah, 9 again. And if you can roll 2d6 for your stamina, please. 6 plus the 12, you've got 18. And if you can roll 1d6 for your luck, please. 2 plus 6, that's 8. And one more d6, please. That's a 5. Plus the 6, that gives you a max fear of 11, which is a little bit higher this time. So
I'd still be dead because of how I did that, but still.
But nevertheless, you're back on the doorstep of the house. Do you want to wrap the knocker, pull the cord, or creep around the house and investigate the light?
Make this easy. I'm gonna do everything the same up to the point I get the brandy, and then I'm gonna drink the brandy.
Okie dokie. So, rap on the door. He says, come in. The master's been expecting you. You
study the paintings.
That's right. Study the paintings.
Study the
elderly woman. Yeah?
Yep.
Add one fear point. So just so that you know, I've added that to the adventure sheet for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then And then he says, will you relax, drink the brandy, and ask if you can use the telephone, or will you wait to see what he asks you?
We're gonna ask to use the telephone.
Okie dokie. So let me just enter that into the sheet. 277. And off we go. The fire and the brandy... the fire and the brandy warm you, and you begin to feel more relaxed. You may deduct one fear point. That's not bad. There you go. If you have any, you explain to the Earl what happened on the road and that you would like to use his telephone to call the local garage. I'm afraid our telephone line came down tonight in the storm, he replied. We will have it repaired tomorrow morning. In any case, the garage would not come out this hour anyway. But don't worry, you are perfectly welcome to spend the night here. I am glad of the company. Tomorrow, Franklin's will take you into town. Ah, here is Franklin's now. The butler comes back into the room to announce that the meal is ready. You both rise and go into the dining room. The dining room looks magnificent. A long table stretches between two fine chairs and is laid with gleaming silver cutlery. We've been in this chapter before, by the way.
Let's just go ahead and skip, and I'll drink the red wine this time.
Okie dokie. Still going to jot down your current page. So the red wine. The wine is impeccable, a fine vintage. The soup follows, and then you may choose either lamb, duck, or you can... Sorry, those are for your main course. Or you can tell the host that you have already eaten and you are not hungry. So will you choose the duck, the lamb, or tell him that you are not hungry?
Oh, let's have the lamb.
The lamb. I love a good lamb.
Lamb is delicious.
A rack of lamb is brought on a silver platter. The smell is delicious. You both start to eat and talk. The Earl asks you about your job and your reason for being in such an out-of-the-way place in the middle of the night. In turn, he tells you about himself and his family. The Earl of Droomer is the last survivor of his family. His estate stretches for miles around the house. At one time, the estate was prosperous, with many tenant farmers cultivating his land and providing a healthy income for his family. But things started to change. His sister died at the age of 32 under mysterious circumstances. She was found dead in a clearing in the woods with strange marks on her neck. News travelled fast, and the ignorant peasants started muttering about witchcraft and black magic. In their eyes, the house was cursed. Pure superstitious nonsense, of course. But gradually, the farmers moved to new pastures, avoiding the estate. By now, you've finished your meal. Franklin's returns to offer you fruit, cheese, coffee, and brandy. Will you take fruit, coffee, and brandy, cheese, coffee, and brandy, or just cheese and coffee?
I will take the fruit, coffee, and brandy.
Ooh, fancy. Franklin's brings them to you and you finish off your meal. Well, my friend, says the Earl, you must now be quite tired. It's well past midnight. Franklin's will show you to your room. You thank him and follow the butler out of the dining room. This way, if you please, he says, as he leads you up the magnificent wide staircase with carved wooden banisters. A landing at the top of the stairs leads to various different rooms, each with a name plaque on the door. He takes you to one which reads Erasmus Room and opens the door, wishing you a good night's sleep. Turn to 5. The bedroom has been prepared for you. The room is not large, but a huge mirror appears to double in it. Sorry. The room is not large, but a huge mirror appears to double its size. Crisp white sheets have been folded back on the bed, and a warm fire burns in the fireplace. The door closes as the butler leaves the room, and you walk over to the fire. Your situation is a little worrying. If you don't get going quickly, you will never make your appointment. But if it's true that there is no phone that you can use, what else can you do? Maybe you should just hang your wet clothes in front of the fire and climb into bed. Or would you rather leave the room?
No, let's just go ahead and go to bed.
Okay, turn to 23. The bed is warm and comfortable, and soon you drift off to sleep. Strange and disturbing thoughts drift through your mind, and you wake suddenly in a cold sweat. A noise has disturbed you, and you realize that it was the sound of a door closing. You look around the room and notice a glass containing clear liquid by the side of your bed. Someone has bought you a bedtime drink. You spring out of bed and try the door, but it is locked. Do you wish to swallow the drink that has been bought for you, or will you try to break the door down?
Oh, let's swallow that drink.
The liquid has a slightly sweet taste, like water with a spoonful of sugar dissolved in it. But your mouth is dry from your sleep and you drink it down. You lie back thinking about your visitor. You decide it was probably Franklin's, the butler. It was nice of him to bring you a drink, but why has he locked the door? Again, you start to feel tired and you curl up on the bed. Your head starts to swim and the room spins around you. Too late, you realize that you have been drugged. Although you try your best to fight the feeling, it's no use, and consciousness fades.
Once again unconscious, goddamn.
Now you can backtrack, if you like.
No, we're good.
Okie dokie. You open your eyes. Your head is spinning, and it is some time before you're fully aware of the fact that your hands and feet are bound. So, this is the breaking the window thing. You can either test your luck or not.
We're going to go ahead and test our luck again, because why not?
Okie dokie, so let me bring up your adventure sheet. Oh, a 3 and a 5, is that?
Mm-hmm. So I tied 8.
Yes, so you are lucky. Very well done. And we'll reduce your luck score by 1, bringing you down to 7. Okay, so you were lucky. You don't lose the stamina points. And we go to 317. You cut yourself free. You look over. Then you walk over to the door. It's not locked. You try the handle, open it a little, and look outside. Yada yada. To your left, there are 2 doors in the corner of the landing, which runs to the right. If you wish to go that way, turn to 287. Looking to your right, the landing runs past another door and turns to the left. Go to 33. So last time you turned left, to 287.
Talk to the no-name door. There was another door over there. Do I want to go look at that door over there, or do I just want to go the other way? Now, let's go ahead and go to the left to 287.
Okie dokie.
And then we will go to the Balthus room.
If you wish to enter the Balthus room, turn to 299. The room you have entered is bare. Pinstriped wallpaper covers the wall. The hearth is set in the center of one of the walls, and on the mantelpiece there is a small wooden box. Curtains are pulled together along another wall, but they hang awkwardly, bulging at unnatural places. Do you wish to investigate the bulging curtains, open the box on the mantelpiece, or leave the room?
Let's open that box. Wonder what's in the box. What's in the box?
What's in the box? You walk up to the mantelpiece and pick up the box. A catch holding it is holding it shut. But before you open the box, a rustling from the window attracts your attention. Something is happening. You place the box back on the mantelpiece and walk over to the curtains. From behind the curtain, a heavy blow hits you in the chest and knocks you backwards onto the floor. Lose 2 stamina points and add 2 fear points. You pick yourself up quickly and the curtain slides to one side. A human figure steps out. Its skin is dirty green. Its wide eyes stare at you, yet through you. Its jaw gapes open to reveal the mouth of half full of rotten teeth. It wears ragged clothes and it's advancing towards you. Resolve your fight with this zombie. So, let's get your adventure sheet up. I actually believe I forgot to deduct that 1 fear point for the brandy that you drank with your boy. So
I'm now 2 fear points.
That's right, 2 fear points. And you lost 2 stamina as well.
Correct.
So. Now, the way that battles work... Can you hear me over the music? Could I turn it down a bit?
No, you might turn it down a little, but I can hear you fine.
Yeah. I think I'm going to turn it down a bit. Okie dokie. So, the way the battles work is you roll 2d6 first for them and then for yourself. Mm-hmm. Whichever one gets the highest wins that battle round, and then we deduct 2 points from whoever gets hit. At that point, you can test your luck, but you don't have to. You can just carry on with the battle. Testing your luck will reduce any hits to you by 1, and it will add an extra 2 points. It will deduct another 2 points from the monster if you win the scoring round. So, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So this zombie has a skill of 7 and a stamina of 6. So, to start the battle, will you please roll 2d6 for them? It's a 6 and a 3. That gives them 16. And now, once the dice have cleared, could you roll 2d6 for yourself? 6 and a 4. That gives you 19, which means that you have won that attack round. We'll deduct 2 stamina points from the zombie. And you can use your luck if you want. You can test your luck. And if you are lucky, you will... was that a no?
Yeah, no, I'm just going to keep my luck.
Okie dokie, then if you can roll 2d6 for the monster, please.
Oops, wrong thing.
Ooh, 6 and a 5 gives them 18. And then if you can roll 2d6 for yourself, please.
Ow.
a 3, and a 1. That gives you 13. They have won that attack round. And we will deduct 2 from your stamina. Now, you can use your luck and reduce it by 1.
No, we won't do that. We'll just roll for him again.
Okie dokie. If you can roll 2d6 for the enemy. 5 and a 5. That gives them 17.
He's disgustingly lucky.
And then 2 for yourself, please.
Ha!
A 6 and a 5. Well done. You won that attack round. Gives you 20. We'll reduce their stamina by another 2. So they have 2 left. One more successful blow, and they will be dead. So 2d6 for the enemy, please. 6 and a 2 gives them 15. And 2 for yourself, please. Three and a 4 gives you 16. That means you've won the attack round. You've successfully defeated the zombie. And
killed the zombie.
Yeah, you did. You killed the zombie. Now, I've been testing some new stuff out. Basically, the music, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the way that it cuts out like that, but it's
it
because
needs more of a fade.
Yeah, but it's because we're listening to the monitor output from OBS, and it doesn't deal with the effects that get put on to the final output. So what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to capture the final output of what you would hear if it was streaming to a proper stream. But what I found was that there's like a 3-second delay.
Yeah.
So any sound that you hear would be 3 seconds after what happens on the camera, and that means I've got to delay the video feed by 3 seconds as well. So I'm still working on it. Anyway, congratulations. You defeated the Zmobi, and we can get back to the game. Well done.
Unless Democrat. Let's go.
Are you sure they were a Democrat?
No, but they were a statist of some kind.
Jocko Lantern says, F 'em up, horror.
I sure did.
She sure did. That's your first battle as well.
Woo-hoo.
Well done. You got to toss a bundle of dynamite before you go through doors. That's not a bad shout. If only we had the dynamite.
That would be cool. I like dynamite.
Okie dokie. So, turn to 114 if you defeat the zombie. So, do you wish to leave the room or continue investigating the box?
Back to the box.
What's in the box? The box rattles when you touch it. There's something solid inside. You undo the catch and open the lid. Inside, you find a small key. You try the key in the door and it fits. The key turns and unlocks the door, allowing you to leave. I don't remember you being locked in there.
Me either.
You find that you are in the corridor of the landing and there is an unmarked door to your left. If you wish to go through it, go to 86. Straight ahead, you can see the main staircase leading downstairs. I think the dog wants you to go into 86, but anyway, if you wish to go that way, then turn to 193.
Let's go to 86. It's usually what happens when you kick somebody out, right?
The door opens into a narrow passageway which ends at a window. There is a door halfway down along the left-hand side. I think we've been here before, so this is where you can either enter the Diabolus room, investigate the window, or if you're not keen to do either of those and want to get back on the landing, turn to 193.
Well, we already looked at the window that has the message on it. Let's go ahead and check out the Diabolus room. Why not? That's only a little evil sounding.
You step into the room and close it behind you. The room is empty and you heave a sigh of relief, falling back against the door to catch your breath. Will you rest in the room or try the window for a means of escape?
Okay. Well, well, let's try the window. Why not? The worst that happens is I find another hanging guy or something.
You walk over to the curtains and part them slowly. Outside, the storm is still raging. The thunder rolls across the sky and the rain rattles against the window. The window is barred. There is no way out here.
Well, damn.
A soft voice is calling your name. You leap back against the wall while across the room a strange shape is forming. A human figure is passing through the very wall itself and entering the room. At least, the figure is almost human, but its head is missing. As it materializes before you, the voice becomes clearer. It comes from the head that is carried, not on the apparition's shoulders, but in its hands, which hangs down by its side. The sight is horrible, and ghostly blood drips onto the carpet from the severed head. You must add 2 fear points. Will you stay in the room to hear what the ghost has to say, or run out of the room?
Oh, let's listen to this ghost. We got to know what he says. If he's trying to talk with his head off, it's got to be interesting.
Anything said with a severed head is definitely going to be interesting.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just for posterity, I've added those 2 points. So now you have a fear score of 4.
Yep.
Okie dokie. So hear what the ghost has to say. 1, 2, 4.
She's calling my mom's name. We're done.
The disembodied head speaks. Prepare yourself for death, miserable mortal, it gloats. For the evil that is in this place cannot be escaped. The house of Druma has drawn you here for one purpose. Before the night is out, you will join me and my companions in the netherworld. Our fate will be yours. You will forever haunt the place that has caused your death. With these words, a mocking laughter fills the room. The apparition turns back through the wall, and as it does, the laughter fades, but the fright will give you 2 fear points. So I'm just going to add those. You've got 6 now.
That was really underwhelming.
Yeah. I mean, like, one thing I have found about rereading these game books is that some of the choices, it's like it says, there's one true way through the thing, and some places are just traps to either add fear, take away skill, take away stamina, all that crap. But yeah, nevertheless, underwhelming. Gave you 2 fear points. I mean, your character didn't think it was underwhelming because he cacked his pants.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously. But, you know, still, you know, if someone without a head is telling you that kind of thing, I guess I can understand being a little upset. But, you know.
You leave the Diabolus room and you're standing once more in the narrow corridor outside. Do you wish to turn left to investigate the window, or would you rather return to the landing and follow it round?
Go to the landing. There's a door with my name on it. Well, there is no door on that. No. Continue.
A short distance further on, you come to the top of the main staircase, which leads downwards. Immediately opposite the staircase is an unmarked door. Do you wish to go downstairs, try the unmarked door, or will you continue round the landing? Now, last time you went to 233.
Yeah. But this time, I'm going to open that unmarked door because it's a door. Why not?
Okay, I'm just going to mark down where you are.
What terrible thing is behind this door? Let's find out.
You step into a small storeroom and close the door behind you. Is this underwhelming as well?
This is also underwhelming.
Wait for it. There are shelves on the left and right walls. on which there are various household objects are stored. In front of you, in the wall, facing the door, is another door. What do you want to do? Will you search through the things on the shelves, try the door opposite, or return to the landing?
Let's see what's on the shelves that can kill me.
Various items of crockery, cutlery, and food are kept in the storeroom, including a sharp meat knife, which you might like to hide under your coat to use as a weapon. This sharp knife will allow you to add 3 skill points in a fight. On one shelf, you find several cloves of garlic, which you may also take. There is also an unlabeled bottle of a white liquid on another shelf. So, do you wish to drink the liquid?
You know, I'm feeling very Alice in Wonderland, so let's go ahead and drink that liquid.
I didn't take you for a drinking white liquid from bottles kind of girl.
You know,
first,
I love milk. How dare you?
Yeah, but I mean, like it's been there for some time. You got to understand, it's probably got
milk
chunks in
doesn't
it.
go bad. It just goes different.
Yeah, it changes form. It transmogrifies or whatever.
That's where you get yogurt.
So, do you want to take the knife?
Oh yeah,
first
we're
of all?
definitely taking the knife and the
Okay.
garlic, because apparently I can take the garlic too. So now I've got a knife and garlic. I mean, tasty. At the very least, I can make myself some lunch later.
So what I'm going to do is, since you're bearing the knife, I'm just going to add those skill points directly to your current skill score. Okay.
Okay.
Finally, a weapon.
Yes.
And you want to drink that stuff, do you?
I'm drinking it. Yep.
Here we go then.
It says it's liquid. It doesn't say it's chunky.
You taste the liquid. It is white wine. You drink some more and it warms you. You start to feel a little lightheaded and dizzy. Then suddenly you feel the stab of pain in your stomach and you double over. But there is no relief from this pain because you have drunk a bottle of poisoned wine. In a few moments you will lose consciousness, and in 5 minutes you will be dead.
I
You
have
will
a problem
never
with this because white wine is not actually white. It is clear. They
You'll
lied
never
to
make
me. tomorrow's
appointment. For a second time, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Can we just backtrack to the next one instead of starting off?
I didn't think about that. Yes, you can. So we were on 377, weren't we?
Uh-huh.
Hang on a second, let me do it quicker. Right, 377. So
Okay.
search through the things on the
We're on
shelves.
83. Okay.
Yeah, 83. So what do you wish to do? Oh, well, let's see if the white wine tastes any different this time. If you would prefer
won't be
to
poisoned this time too.
yeah, the book changes as we play it. So if you would prefer to ignore the liquid and try the door at the back of the storeroom, we can turn to 255, or we can go back onto the landing.
That's that 255. We're gonna try the other door.
You step out of the storeroom into a hallway. It's a different
more
hallway.
hallways.
Yeah. To your left, the hallway ends at a door which leads into the Shaitan room. If you wish to try that door, turn to 200. Almost opposite is the Mammon room, which you may enter by turning to 123. If you're not interested in either of these doors, you can go back to the landing through the storeroom. Now, before you make your choice, I'm just marking off your backtrack lifeline on your adventure sheet. So now You can't use that again for this adventure.
That's fine.
But yes, well done for remembering that, because I was a little bit, quick in playing the death.
Oh, realistically, I just
stinger.
meant I wanted to do everything the same back up to that point, but using the backtrack's fine too.
Well, that's what you did.
Yeah. So,
the Shaitan room, the Mammon room, or go back through the storeroom to the landing.
Let's go to page 200.
Okie dokie.
I'll take the Shaitan for 200, Alex.
I tried it in the Shaitan once. He wasn't happy. You open the door and peer around. The room is large and elegantly decorated bedroom with a 4-poster bed in one corner. Does that say coma? Corner?
It does.
It says coma?
It does.
Corner. You see, there's that optical character recognition failing again.
Yep.
There is a 3-piece suite in the center of the room facing a fireplace. The fire is smoldering, but the room appears to be empty. On the far side of the room are 2 more doors. Do you wish to go in, turn to 69, or quickly close the door and leave the room?
All right, we're going to page 69 just because I gotta.
You step inside and close the door quietly behind you. A soft click comes from the lock. As you step forward, a voice greets you. You look round, but you see no one. The voice continues. So, our visitor is inquisitive, eh? Or are you trying to leave the house? Perhaps our hospitality is not to your liking. Maybe you would like to see some more, shall we say, amusements? The eerie voice makes you nervous. Add 1 fear point. Do you wish to stay and talk to the voice, or will you make a hasty exit back through the door?
Oh, this is going to get me killed. But let's go ahead and talk to the voice.
Okay, I'm just adding an extra fear point to your adventure sheet, so you now have a score of 7.
Yep.
So we're going to talk to the voice, are we?
We're going to talk to the voice, yeah.
In front of you is a high-backed armchair facing the fire with its back towards you. A figure raises itself from the chair and turns to face you. The man is tall and pale with jet black hair. He wears a long black cape fastened across the neck with a gold clasp. Yes, he says, so far you have fared well against the occupants of the house, but I believe you will find that your luck has your run of luck, there we go, has come to an end. Step forward so I can see you. Will you step forward as he asks, or will you prepare to attack the man?
I'm going to step forward. I'm vaguely psychotic, why not?
The tall man spreads his cloak. He's staring directly into your eyes, and the dark pupils seem to pierce your mind. At the last minute, you panic and try to break his gaze, but it is no use. You are under his control. He covers you with his cape, and your last memory? Your last memory is a sharp stab as his teeth sink in to your neck. And I'm afraid that this time,
I have died again.
You are actually deaded.
Yes.
Yeah. Dead. So, unfortunately, you've come to another little end in your journey.
Yes. I have died again.
Did you enjoy that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's fun. I am, when it comes to reading these books, I've never been the, I like to do the dumb things, so.
Mm-hmm. Well.
Or what seems like the dumb things. You never know what works out in the end sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they're not dumb things. I think they're, that's the whole fun of them. It's, you get to play the book, you play it again, and you play it again. You're making notes, so you know precisely where you've been, and you know all the things in the stuff. So, yeah, it's just a case of trying all the new stuff.
Yep.
So I'm going to give you the option. So if you'd like to play again, you can. I usually only allot 2 hours for the stream, but I don't mind going over. As I've said last week, Scream Queen Selena played for 3 hours on One Life. So if you'd like to play another round, I'll allow you to.
Well, if you want to do one more round, but what I'd like to do is back up to that point where we came out of the what's that thing called?
So was
the
it
storeroom? Instead of going, I mean, because I would just make the same choices to get back to that point. So.
Yes. However,
I don't mind re-rolling the stats too.
Yeah, you've got to re-roll the stats, and also we can't just backtrack. You see, because we've got to. There are rooms that you went into where you added fear points, battled a zombie, and won.
I guess I could skip the zombie this time. All
yeah,
right, let's go ahead and let's do that. All right,
we got to start again right from the beginning. I'm afraid
that's fine.
So let me go ahead and bring the story back to chapter 1, and we need to reset your stats. Really need to think of a better way of getting to the beginning of the book again. Okie dokie.
You should make yourself a link that goes back to the beginning of the book at the bottom of every page.
Oh.
Or every death page, anyway.
Yeah, maybe. That's a good idea. Thank you for that. I'll look into that. Right then. Bring this up. Don't roll anything just yet.
Just let me know when.
Yeah, so I want to just see what the chat's saying quickly before we do. And if you want to take a break quickly and have a bathroom break or a drinks break or, refreshments, now's the time to do it.
I got my refreshments and I used the bathroom earlier, so we're good.
Yeah, I've got a nice cold cup of coffee going warm down on the floor there, and I've pissed myself several times. So I'm okay too.
Nice.
Yes, Legatus. As long as I put what down?
Like a pad or something. You just don't want to do it directly on the couch.
Yeah, I sit on a kitty litter tray.
There you go. And if it's clumping, that even makes it easier to clean up. There you go.
Yes, Legatus deaded. She enjoyed getting the hickey.
I did enjoy the hickey. That was hot.
Jack was trying to trick you. Where was I trying to trick you? Where was I trying to trick her? Oh, maybe. Yeah. Twice unlucky. And hail, Crimson. Good to see ya.
I don't know that I'd call it unlucky.
What else? Okay, so we've caught up with the chat.
Okay, continue. Sorry.
I'm sorry, what did you say then?
I was just going over the choices that I've made in my head.
Well, don't forget, you've lost everything now. All of your equipment has gone. Well, I say all of your equipment. That knife and the garlic is gone now. Yeah. We're going to go straight back to the beginning, and hopefully, or perhaps not hopefully, but maybe you want to make a different decision at the beginning this time. So, let's start the stats again by rolling 1d6 for your skill. A 5 plus the 6 gives you 11 as your initial skill, and we will deduct 3 from that, giving you a starting skill of 8. Oh. And if you can roll 2d6 for your stamina, please. A 5 and a 5. Plus the 12, that gives you 22, which is great. And then 1d6 for your luck, please. That's a 4 plus the 6 gives you 10 initial luck. And then 1d6 for your max fear, please. 5 plus the 6 gives you a score of 11. Excellent. So let's get straight on with it then.
Okay.
So are you going to make the same decision again and go and knock on the door?
Let's see here. Yeah, so we can skip a lot of this. Let's go ahead and knock on the door.
Okay.
And we just go to page 8. We've already done that.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to wait for the host to arrive. You know what? We'll just wait for the host to arrive.
Okay, wait for the host.
Okay, so that, that just kind of streamlined that.
Footsteps. Someone is coming.
Yep, same thing. Then we will wait. Ask you drink the brandy and the telephone.
So telephone and brandy.
Yep.
The butler comes back in,
dinner.
And then you drank the red wine last time.
Go with the red wine this time because that one's not poisoned. I will stay with the lamb.
Okay, you're on the lamb.
Uh-huh. And this time, let's just have the cheese, coffee, and brandy.
You finish off your meal. The Earl rises to his feet, saying, "Our conversation has been most enjoyable, but now you must be very tired. Franklin's will show you to your room. Let us retire. You stand up. He's right. You are tired. It's well past midnight. You stumble, reach out to steady yourself against the table. Phew, you didn't realize you were that tired, or have you had a little bit too much to drink? Your head is spinning and the voices of your host becomes part of the background noise, which is getting louder and louder in your ears. Eventually, you collapse to the ground and lose consciousness." So
I'm going to wake up tied up again. Yep.
Probably, but you could backtrack at this point if you want.
No, we're good.
Okie dokie. So your head is spinning, yada yada. Do you want to test your luck?
What is my luck right now?
It's 11.
Let's go ahead and well, screw it. We'll test it. Why not?
Sorry, it's 10. My apologies. That's your initial luck.
All right. Yeah, sphere was 11.
Yeah. So if you want to test your luck, roll 2d6, please. A 3 and a 1. It's less than your luck score, so you were lucky.
Woohoo.
We'll reduce that down to 9. Let's bring this adventure sheet away. And test your luck. And you were lucky without losing any stamina points.
Yep.
So to your left, 2 doors in the corner of the landing, which runs along to the right. Or you can go right, and the landing runs past another door and turns to the left.
All right, let's go ahead and go to the right.
Turn to 33, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
A short distance further along the balcony, you arrive at a door with Azazel written on the nameplate. If you wish to try this door, turn to 358.
No, we're skipping that door.
Okie dokie. So the only other choice is to prefer to continue turning left along the landing. You follow the landing round until you reach another door on the right-hand side. A nameplate identifies it as the Erasmus Room. Do you remember the name of that room being of any consequence last time?
Yeah, that was the room I fell asleep in. Yep.
Mm-hmm. If you wish to enter that room, turn to 140. Ahead of you at the end of the passageway is another door. If you wish to go in there, turn to 332.
Let's go to 332.
Okie dokie, here we go. At the end of the corridor, ahead of you is a stout wooden door. While you are considering whether or not to try this room, a noise behind you startles you. You spin round only to find that the wind is rustling wall hangings and there is nothing to be afraid of. You turn back and you are amazed to find a faint white figure has appeared in front of you. This apparition is a young woman in her early 20s with long flowing hair. She's dressed in a white bridal dress which has seen better days and is ripped and torn. Oh God! Oh, thank God I found you in time, she says. I must talk to you immediately. Come, let us go into this room. Will you follow her into the room, or do you suspect a trap and would rather turn back? Whichever you choose, you must add 1 fear point. So I'm going to add that to your fear score right now, just for posterity. Just going to show you. There you go. So
I'll follow her in the room.
Okie dokie. I'll just mark down that you are at 332. We're going to 73. To enter the room, she passes right through the door. You, of course, must use more traditional methods. You turn the handle and walk into the Apollyon room. It is an elegant bedroom. Fine floor-length curtains hang along one wall. An enormous bed with lace coverings is against one wall, and opposite stands a beautiful dressing table with a huge mirror. The woman hovers in the center of the room and bids you to sit down on the bed. Your coming here has been no accident, she starts, and I must warn you of the terrible dangers that you will face here. This house is ruled by the Master, a powerful black priest of the night named Kelnor, Earl of Druma. I would guess that you are to be offered to the demons of hell. You are to be offered to the demons of hellfire if you survive that long. Yesterday they trapped a girl, a pretty young district nurse who happened to call. She's to be offered tonight. I cannot let this devilry continue. There must be some way it can be stopped. But if you can find the crysknife, you might defeat Kelnor, for this weapon is his only weakness. Please help me. You will probably find it in... No, quick, we are discovered. I can hear the hounds. Go, leave this room. You stand up. She was right. You can hear the barking getting rapidly closer. She motions to you, pointing at the door. You run to peer outside. Nothing. The barking gets louder and you turn back towards the ghost, who seems to be struggling with something. She's involved in a fight with 2 huge ghostly Great Danes which are snapping and clawing at her. You take a step backwards, but it is hopeless. You cannot help, as you cannot even touch the beasts. And your help would have been very welcome, because the dogs are much too powerful for her. She's weakening, and as she does so, her image fades. Moments later, she disappears completely. Satisfied that their job has been done, the 2 Great Danes disappear also. You are alone. Now what do you do? Do you want to help her as she asked, or would you rather just escape from the house?
Well, oh, let's go ahead and help her. I get the feeling if I just escape from the house, that's the end of the book, so...
Well, just because you trying to escape doesn't mean that it's the end of the book. Abe tried to escape the house last week and ended up shitting his pants. Anyway, you consider the best plan is as you walk down the passageway. As you turn right along the landing are 2 doors on your left. The first has Azazel written on its nameplate, and the second, Mephisto. You want to try any of these rooms? If you wish to enter the Azazel room, you can turn to 358, the Mephisto room by turning to 298. Otherwise, you may pass both of the rooms and walk along the landing, which turns right by turning to 287.
Let's look at the Mephisto room.
Okie dokie. Mephisto. The handle turns and the door opens a little, but it is caught on something and will not open any further. Do you wish to try to force the door, or will you leave it and continue along the landing?
Oh, that's a question. You know what? I want in that room. Let's force that door.
Okie dokie. You heave the door with your shoulder, the wood creaks and it opens a little further, enough to let you into the room. It's small and bare and cold and damp. Wind swirls through it, billowing the curtains. The window pane is smashed and the floor beneath the window is sodden from the rain. You look around, but there is nothing unusual in the room apart from a frayed length of knotted rope. You may take this with you if you wish and leave. As you pull the door, you find a piece of glass wedged underneath it, which was making it stick. You turn left out of the room and continue along the landing. So
we're taking that rope with us.
I thought you might. If adventure games have taught me anything, is that if there's an item, then you know it needs to be picked up at least.
Yeah.
Right. Turn to 287. You walk up to the two doors in the corner of the balcony. The one on your left is named Balthus, and the one in front of you has no name. If you wish to enter the Balthus room, turn to 299. If you would rather go through the other door, turn to 86. If you wish to choose to ignore these doors and go down the landing, turn to 193.
86, if I recall. That should be the storeroom.
The door opens into a narrow passageway which ends at a window. There is a door halfway along the left-hand side and a sign that identifies it as the Diabolus room. If you wish to try this door, turn to 13. If you wish to investigate the window, turn to 110. If you are not keen to do either and would continue along the landing, turn to 193.
193.
Because we haven't done this yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe we have.
Well, we've been here, but we haven't, you know.
Yeah, we didn't choose that choice the last time we were on the last paragraph. Yeah.
Right.
A short distance further on, you come to the top of the main staircase, which leads downstairs. Immediately opposite the staircase is an unmarked door. Do you wish to go down the stairs or try the unmarked door, or will you continue round the landing?
Unmarked door. That's the storeroom. Damn it.
You step into a small storeroom. So, do you want to check the stuff on the shelves?
Yeah, I want to get that knife and the garlic again. We will not be drinking the liquid.
Are you sure? You really don't want to...
Yeah, not this time.
So, the knife restores 3 points to your skill, so I'm going to add those now. And you want to take the garlic, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
You see, why didn't it ask you about the garlic when you faced off against the vampire?
It should have.
Well, I think it's because you chose to walk forward to him rather than prepare to attack him.
I guess. But I still had garlic on me, you know? Should count.
Yep. Anyway, so you want to ignore the liquid.
Yep.
Would you like to try the door at the back of the storeroom again?
No, that's how we got to the vampire. We're gonna go back out.
Yeah. Okie dokie. A few steps past the unmarked door is another unmarked door. If you wish to try this one, turn to 98. If you wish to ignore it...
We'll just go to 374.
374 it is. The landing turns right and a passage branches off. You may either turn left down the passageway and past a couple of doors before turning left again, or turn right following the landing.
Let's go left.
Okie dokie. Sorry, you may either turn left, so go to 339.
Correct.
You are standing by two doors. Each has a nameplate. Ahead of you is the Asmodeus room. You may try this door. To your right is the Eblis room, which you may enter by turning to 125, or you can carry on down the corridor until it turns left by turning to 252.
Let's go to 125.
125, the Eblis room.
Mm-hmm.
You enter a dimly lit bedroom and close the door behind you. The room is empty apart from the dressing table and a large bed, but you can hear music playing. You wish to search the room to make sure it's safe, or leave straight away and head back to the landing.
Let's go back to the landing. Fuck that.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Is that the music that's playing?
Yeah.
You follow the landing round past a wooden door which bears the name Tutivilis. You may try this door by turning to 155, which you did in the first round, or straight ahead. The landing ends at a panelled wall and a passageway turns left. To follow the passage round, you can turn to 175.
Go ahead and just follow the passage. If I remember correctly, that was the headless guy.
You follow the passageway round the corner to the left. Two doors face each other. We've been here before, so you want to try the Belial room, the Abaddon room, the unmarked door, or turn back and go downstairs.
Let's go for that unmarked door. 103.
103. You open the door slowly and carefully. The room you enter is a bedroom which looks as though it is waiting for someone to come and go to bed. The sheets are folded back, and the fireplace is warm but dying. On the bedside table, a candle is burning, and next to it is a silver tray with a bedtime snack on it. Velvet curtains are pulled across the window, and along the left-hand wall are fitted cupboards. The overall picture is cozy. Will you enter the room and investigate the bedside table, or the cupboards, or are you a little suspicious of the apparent tranquility of this room and prefer to leave?
I want to check out those cupboards.
Okie dokie. 41. Oh dear. So, starting at the far end, you examine the cupboards. You open the first door and find it is a wardrobe with dresses and blouses hanging inside. You open the second door and spring backwards in fright, for inside, partly dressed in tattered clothes, are two skeletons. Having disturbed them by opening the door, they are coming to life before your very eyes and advancing to attack. You must add 2 fear points for the fright of them and fight them one at a time. So...
Okay.
Let me just bring up the adventure sheet. We'll add 2 fear points. I mean, you're doing pretty well on the fear this time. You're not getting as scared as last time. So, the first skeleton has 6 and 6. So we'll just pop it in there. Okie dokie. So, I've definitely got to figure that out. Get it to fade better. Okay then, so roll 2d6 for the enemy. A 3 and a 2, that gives them 11. And 2 for yourself, please. A 1 and a 1, snake eyes. I'm going to turn that music down. Give me a second.
Yeah, just a little.
Just a little. Okay, Snake Eyes, that gives you 13. Well, you've still beat them in that attack round, which is nice. So we'll reduce that down to 4. And if you can roll 2 for the enemy, please, unless you want to test your luck.
No, I won't do that right now.
6 and a 3. That gives them 15. And then 2 for yourself, please. A 6 and a 1. That gives you 18. You've won that attack round.
Yay!
Well done. And unless you want to test your luck, roll 2d6, please.
That's
That's
them.
another 1 and a 6 for them. That gives them 13. And so 2 for yourself, please.
Yep.
Oh, Snake Eyes again. That gives you 13 also, so you've parried blows. Unless you want to test your luck.
Let's go ahead and test my luck on it.
Okie dokie, 2d6 please. And it is less than 9. I'm going to reduce your score to 8. And you've defeated that one skeleton. The second skeleton has skill of 7 and stamina of 6. A 1 and a 4 gives them 12. And I'm just gonna reset these scores.
Okay.
So 12 and then 2 for you. 3 and a 3, that gives you 17. You've won that attack round, reduce them to 4. And so if you can roll 2d6 please, unless you want to test your luck.
No, that's for them.
Okie dokie. 5 and a 3 gives them 15. And for yourself, please. 2 and a 4. That gives you 17. So you've won that attack round. We'll reduce their stamina by another 2 to 2. And if you want to roll for them, 2 and 6 gives them 15. And then 2 for yourself, please. A 3 and a 6, which gives you 20, and you've won the attack round, defeating the second skeleton. There we go. I faded it out myself.
It worked.
It was better, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The things we do.
Oh,
so
yeah.
well done. You
I have
successfully,
Go.
You successfully defeated the 2 skeletons. I mean, that was your first, 2 monster battle. So, Oh, hang on. Yeah, so if you defeat the skeletons, If you defeat the skeletons, you may either look around the room or you can leave.
Oh, well, let's continue looking around the room since I just killed 2 skeletons in it.
The bedside table catches your attention, particularly the silver tray. Laid out on it is a bedtime snack of bread, jam, and tea. You examine it carefully and decide that it should be safe enough. You sit down on the bed and help yourself. It's delicious, and you may add 4 stamina points and 1 luck point for this find. When you are ready, leave the room by turning to 243. So, we will add 4 stamina points back to your score.
I didn't lose
Well,
any stamina.
unfortunately, I can't add anything to that because it can't ever go higher than your initial scores. So, yeah.
On the plus
sorry
side, I
about
get
that.
a luck point back.
But you did get a luck point. Yeah. So, we'll bring that back to 9. Didn't reduce any fear, though. That's a
No.
bit of a shame.
Yeah. Well, you're eating food that you don't know anything about. I'd imagine that's still a little scary. So, all right, let's
Right,
leave the
turning
room.
to 243. A few steps further back down the passageway, 2 doors face each other. Surprise, surprise.
Shocking.
On the right is the Belial room, and on the left is the Abaddon room. You can try either of these doors, or you can continue around the passageway and walk down the stairs.
Let's go ahead and walk down the stairs.
Okie dokie. Oh, bugger. Maybe I need to move that
Okay.
icon because I just started Minecraft.
Oops.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll walk down the stairs. You walk down the stairs cautiously, looking in every direction. There is no one about. In the hallway below, you may choose to either try the door on the left or a door on the right, or you can walk up to the front door and open it.
That feels like a trap. Let's go left.
The door on the left, 353. The door opens into a large but cozy drawing room. Dying embers of a warm fire burn in the hearth. Comfortable chairs are arranged around the fireplace, and two glasses, a decanter stand on a glass-topped table between the chairs. There are plants in tall stands on either side of the windows, and there is another door next to the one you came in. Do you wish to explore the room any further, or leave the room through the other door, or will you have a little tipple from the decanter?
I will have some from the decanter, thank you. Well, yes, I will have a drink in the middle of trying to wander around this house. Why not? Already ate somebody's bedtime snack. I might as well have a drink.
You pour a measure of the deep brown liquid into one of the glasses and hold it up. It looks safe enough, so you take a sip. Delicious. The brandy warms you inside, and as it slips down, you may add 3 stamina points. Unfortunately, I can't add the stamina points because you're already at max. You spy a hip flask on the shelf in one corner, and you may take some of the brandy with you if you wish. You now can look around the room. Do you wish to examine the corner shelf where you found the hip flask, or the fireplace and the mantelpiece, or will you leave this drawing room?
I will take the brandy and I will examine the corner.
Okay, so I'm just going to bring up the adventure sheet. You've got
I have now got a health
flask.
Potion.
Pardon?
I have now got a health potion.
Yes, which, I mean, actually, usually in these games, you get 3 potions to choose from. A potion of luck, a potion of stamina, and a potion of skill, basically. And when you drink them, it brings your it brings your stat, whichever one you choose, back up to full health. But on this game, you don't get that luxury. And so you can drink that at any time during your mission, and it will give you 3 stamina points, I believe. But I think it may serve another purpose throughout the what's it. So, you
192.
192. Okay. There are several delicate items of pottery and a few silver pieces on the shelf. One of these silver ornaments is a short dagger, and you may take this with you if you want. It is rather too short to be a really useful weapon, but nevertheless it will add 2 skill points if you use it in a fight. Now, importantly, you've already got a knife, which provides you with 3 skill points.
Right.
But you can't use the 2 to bring your skill up to like a higher thing. So you can either use this knife or use the other knife at any time you're in battle. But you can never use the 2 at the time. And it wouldn't matter anyway, because the one that you've got currently, it brings you up to your initial skill anyway.
Now, but I can take both with me.
You can, so, if you want to.
If that had some purpose later, I would have it with me.
So would you like to take it?
Yeah, I'll take it with me. I'll use the other one, but I'll have this one just in case.
Okie dokie.
Now let's go ahead and examine the fireplace. 303.
303. Fine carriage clock sits in the center of an elaborately carved wooden mantelpiece. A number of letters are jammed in behind the clock, and you reach for them. As you do so, your sleeve catches one of the carved images in the woodwork and it moves. You lean forward to examine it. It's a small carved demonic face which can be moved sideways. Do you wish to see what lies behind the wooden face, or will you read through the letters?
I will read the letters.
Okie. The letters are not particularly interesting, except for one from a foreign address, written in immaculate handwriting with a broad-nibbed pen. It is addressed to the Earl of Druma and appears to warn him of possible dangers. It starts by describing a raid of some sort on the writer's house and how he narrowly escaped being caught. It ends with a PS, which says, "I also suggest you further protect yourself by changing the password on your own cache room. I, for one, know that it is Goathead. How many others know the same? Why not change it to something which will remind you of the sound advice of a good friend?" The letter is signed Count Prevemi. You read through this again and replace the letter. Do you wish to now leave the room, or will you turn your attention back to the small wooden face on the mantelpiece?
We're going for that face.
Hello, like your face. So do you also want me to add the note Prevemi to the notes? Not Prevemi, Goathead, because it's his cache password.
I've got actually the goat head and Prevemi down just in case, because he did say to change it to somebody who reminded you, a friend with good advice.
Okie dokie. There we go. So I've added those. And let's continue by
85.
looking at the face. 85. The little carving moves to reveal a button set in the mantelpiece behind it. You consider whether or not to press the button. As you are deep in thought, you do not notice what is happening to the fire. In the grate, the fire has come back to life. Strong flames are licking the chimney and a considerable heat is being given off. You feel the heat and step backwards. As you do so, two small figures leap from the fire and face you. These fire sprites are small and they come up to your knees, but their flaming bodies burn with the vigor of the fire from which they arose. They hover in the air just above the carpet, for if they touch anything, it bursts into flames. Do you wish to fight these creatures, or will you try another approach?
I will try another approach.
Let me just mark this down then. 85 you're currently on. So we're trying another approach. 145. How will you hold off these advancing creatures? Will you pick up the brandy decanter or slowly move backwards towards the window?
Well, they're on fire, so alcohol doesn't seem like the best idea. I will move towards the window.
But they're fire sprites, it could be something different. I know they're made of fire, but
they
it
literally
could be something
can't touch
different.
the carpet or they're going to set it on fire.
Okie dokie, so we'll back towards the window, yeah?
Yeah.
The fire sprites follow you as you back towards the window. Pretending to be terrified, you make for one of the plant pots and attempt to hide behind it. But when the sprites are near enough, you strike. Grabbing the large plant pot on top of the stand, you hurl the contents over the little creatures. The soil covers them and douses their flames. In an instant, they have disappeared. Now turn to 375. That was the best choice out of those two, because had you thrown the decanter at them, they would have burst into more of flames. You would have taken some stamina points, and you would have had to battle them. So well done.
Yes.
Good choice.
Let's go ahead and push that button.
You're reading ahead. Okay. You
help
step back up to the fireplace and examine the secret button again. Will you press it or leave through the drawing room? So you're going to press it.
Oh yeah,
Just
we're going to push
mark
the
you
button.
down.
I did the smart thing last time to do.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last bit. I was talking over you.
I said I already did the smart thing. It's time to do the dumb thing. So push the button.
Let's push that button. You press the button and you hear a small click. Then you hear another sound and you swing round to face the corner shelf. Beside this shelf, a sliding panel has opened in the wall. You walk over to investigate and bend down to look at the opening. Too late. You realise that the panel has revealed not a tunnel at all, but a false opening. The wall behind is solid, but it has served a purpose. You've been lured into a trap. You are standing on a trapdoor which opens beneath you and you fall downwards.
I've been trapped.
You have. And you're currently on 392, but you do have the option to backtrack. So if you don't want to go any further...
Oh, no. Let's keep going. Unless I already used the backtrack.
No, that was in the previous game.
Oh, you get it back? Okay.
Every time you go over, you get it back. So
okay, cool.
So do you want to go back, or do you want to?
No. I want to fall down the thing.
Okie dokie. Down you fall for several meters until you land in a heap of something soft. Add 1 fear point. Just adding that fear point, so you got 4 now. And for the fright and test your luck. If you are lucky, you are unhurt. If you are unlucky, you twist your wrist and deduct 1 skill point. So if you can roll 2d6, please. A 1 and a 3. You are indeed lucky, because that's 4 and you have a luck score of 9. And now it's 8. So well done.
Woohoo.
Yahoo! Don't need to deduct the skill point. You pick yourself up and verify there is no serious damage. You have landed on a mound of earth and hay, and you realise that you are in a cellar underneath the house. The room is fairly small with 1 door. Outside, you can hear a shuffling noise coming closer. Will you spring behind the door to surprise whatever is approaching, or will you quickly search the room for a weapon in case you need to defend yourself?
Let's go to page 6.
Okay. Page 6.
Weapons, so.
Pardon?
I already got 2 weapons, so.
The door slowly opens and you hold yourself close to the wall. The man who enters is short and stocky and appears to be bent double. He is not armed. He peers into the room and scratches his head. Evidently, he's heard something and is perplexed at finding nothing in the room. Will you step forward and announce yourself, or keep hidden and hope he leaves?
I will stay hidden.
Uh, 25, there we go. The little man stares once more into the room, shrugs his shoulders and leaves, closing the door behind him. You are alone again. After waiting a few minutes, you decide to leave the room. Turn to 116. Outside the room, the passageway runs onwards past a door on the left. If you wish to continue along the passageway, turn to 91. If you wish to explore the area, turn to 166.
Let's go to 116 or 166. We're already on 116.
Yeah, bit confusing.
Yeah.
Just logging it down. 166. Okay. Exploring the area, you find nothing particularly unusual. You see a wooden door on the left of the passageway, which you may try by turning to 221, or you can walk a little further up and try another door in the right-hand wall. Turn to 209. If you would prefer to ignore the doors and continue up the passageway, turn to 91.
Let's go to 221.
221 it is. You can hear gruff noises coming from within the room. Whoever or whatever is in there certainly doesn't sound too friendly. Will you try the door anyway, or will you open the door in the opposite wall, or continue down the passageway?
Now, if it doesn't sound friendly, it could be friendly to me if it knows I'm not friendly to everything else. That's a possibility. Let's go ahead and open that door anyway. That or it'll kill me. There's always options.
Door is firmly locked. Whoever is in there doesn't want to be disturbed.
Well,
Will
that's
you now?
bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I think that maybe if you approach it from a different direction in the book, it may allow you to go in there. But anyway, will you now open the door on the right-hand wall or press on?
Let's try the door on the right-hand wall. I'll open the door eventually here, goddammit.
I like doors. This room seems to be a dungeon of some sort. For along one wall are 4 cells with heavy iron bars locking their occupants in. No one seems to be on your side of the bars, so you walk in and have a look. A twig cracks as you step forward, and immediately 3 bodies spring to life in 3 of the cells. They are a ragged lot. Clothes in tatters, hair dishevelled and grubby. They all reach forward and through the bars and plead with you to release them. Each one has been captured by the Earl of Druma's servants and imprisoned to await some horrendous fate. Nearest to you is a pretty young girl. Her face and fair hair are dirty and she is in tears. She desperately wants to be released. In the second cell is a tall man with strong features. He has accepted that he is about to die and bravely asks you to kill him now, to deprive the evil Earl of his pleasure. In the third cell is a balding man in a grey gown who says nothing. Do you wish to try to escape these prisoners? You may talk to one of them if you wish. Would you like to talk to the young girl, the dark man, or the balding man? Or would you rather not talk to any of them and leave the room?
I want to talk to that balding man, because if you remember way back at the beginning when we looked at that picture, she said the man in the grey robes. So,
very good. Well done. I'm glad you remembered that.
But yeah.
Well done. But who knows? It might be a different dude in a grey.
I mean, this is gown versus robes. I don't know if it's the same thing, but let's find out.
So 363, yeah? The balding man.
Mm-hmm.
You step up to the balding man's cell. Do not waste your time here, he says, but you cannot help us. Our only hope is that you can destroy the evil in this house before it destroys us. But that is unlikely, because you would have to destroy the master first. He may only be killed with the crysknife, and the battle may only take place in a red room, to symbolize a battle taking place in hell itself. The dining room upstairs has red walls, but it is always locked, and the key is hidden behind a mirror where ceremonies are taking place. If you can find the crysknife and the key, then you may save the world from the devilry that is brewing within these walls. But as for us, we will all be dead before the night is out. Don't waste your time with us. You listen to his advice and consider whether you ought to leave immediately or whether you should talk to the others.
Well, let's go ahead and leave. We're going to go to 91.
So you don't want to talk to the girl that's going to be, sacrificed.
Our only hope is to try to kill the guy, so.
Okie dokie. 143 it is.
Nope.
Oh,
91.
no, sorry. 91. Yeah. Further up the passage is another door in the right-hand wall. If you wish to try this door, turn to 112. If you want to pass it and continue along the corridor, turn to 393.
Let's go to 112. That's not that other door, is it?
Let's have a look.
That other door.
I'm just trying to think, because does it look as though you've chosen that one before?
Well, no, this is fine.
The door opens wide. You are about to step inside, but hesitate when you see what lies within. You are entering an underground torture room. In one corner stands a formidable Iron Maiden, its deadly door standing ajar. A stretching rack is in the center of the room. Hanging from the ceiling along the left-hand wall are 2 cages. One is just about large enough for a man to crouch in, and the other will allow a man to stand up, but not move. A shiver runs down your spine. Suddenly, 2 pairs of hands grab your wrists and you are shoved forward into the room. From behind the door steps a broad-shouldered man with powerful arms. He is dressed in a leather apron and trousers and wears a patch across his left eye. "So," he exclaims, "and who do we have here? Trespassing in our house. Come on, speak up. Have you lost your tongue? What will your answer be? Will you tell him you are trying to find your way out and will be happy to leave straight away? Or will you claim to be one of the master's friends?"
You know, honesty's the best policy. Let's go to page 4.
You can. Or you can backtrack if you like.
No, we're good.
Okay. So you want to go to 4, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I see when it does that. Just click the frickin' link, damn it. There we go. Oh, a casual visitor, eh? Well, how do you like our dungeon, friend? Pleasant enough for you, is it? Having a good time? Mah, into the cage with this miserable wretch. The torturer's men tighten their grip on your wrists and frog march you over to the left-handed wall. And we'll show our friend just how hospitable we are, continues the torturer. What sort of accommodation would you like, friend? Do you want to spend the rest of your life crouching down or standing up? The torturer's evil laugh resounds around the room. What will your answer be? Will you choose the tall cage or the box cage?
Let's go with the tall cage.
Now, I'm going to give you the opportunity to backtrack again if you want.
I don't know. I don't know if this leads to the end or if there's something else that has for us. So I would rather just go with the tall cage.
Okie dokie.
The worst, it's just the end. I mean, then I could have died the most times. That'd be fun.
396 it is. Well, you can still backtrack back to this page now that we're choosing 396. The tall cage is lowered from the wall, the back opens and you are shoved inside. It is a tight fit and you are forced up against the wall, against the bars as the floor is locked. As the door is locked behind you, one of the torturer's assistants wenches you up in the air. You will hang suspended from a rope until your stamina runs out from starvation. If your hunger does not take its toll quickly enough, the cramps probably will, for although you are standing up, you may not sit or lean in the cage. Your adventure is as good as over. So, would you like to backtrack?
Oh, sure. Let's see how we die in the short cage.
Let me find the page for, rather than having to, do the thing. So, the only other option, obviously, you want to go in the tall one again, yeah?
Yeah, right.
The box cage. Okay, 201. Unfortunately,
yep, there we go.
You are bundled inside the small cage and hoisted into the air. What a dreadful place to spend your days. The cage is big enough for you to sit inside with your knees close up to the chest, but you are unable to stretch at all. When the cramps set in, your fate will be long, slow, and painful, much to the delight of the torturer and his assistants. And, of course,
we are dead.
You are dead, but
Eventually.
the stinger isn't playing. There we go. I'm afraid, once more, you have come to the end of your journey. You should have taken the backtrack when I told you to, because I knew what was coming.
I'm stubborn.
So ends one more of our little journeys through the House of Hell. How have you enjoyed yourself, Horror?
Oh yeah, it's always great when I can set a record for deaths.
You did.
I did.
You died one more time than Abe.
Yep.
Where is it? Yeah, my character was an absolute pussy. Yeah, he kept dying. Don't worry, because Horror's first two characters, the first one nearly died of fright. No, you
the
did
first
die
two
of
died
fright.
of fright, and this one died of torture. The third time around was much braver, just as stupid, though.
I think so. Well done, though. I think you did great. You played an excellent few games. Just want to say hello to a few people in the chat here. Elemental MJ, welcome. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And of course, yeah, Abe and Crimson Shadow. Was that the victory for the skeletons? Was it?
Probably, yeah.
And Natty McBatty's here. Hello.
Hello.
Good to see you, Natty. Hope the babbies are okay. You're saying, I adore the kawaii Cthulhu. Cthulhu.
Quite Thulu, yeah.
Yes, Crimson effed it again.
Once again. That's okay.
Well, shit.
That's the fun part of those books, though.
Did they make her watch the Flash movie? The horror.
That would be awful. That's just a little too cruel.
Or what was that new movie that just came out where the cinema tried to kill them in Washington?
Oh, the new Captain America movie. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Brave New World or whatever.
We came to the conclusion on the Hump Day Chinwag last night that it was a setup by the male party of that date that they were on. It was a setup because he was like, we'll sit here, and then all of a sudden you can hear cracking and popping from coming upstairs. He's like, oh, that's my cue, and he's like, I'm just gonna go over here and check out what the noise is. Like, and he walks up to the screen. Who does that in the cinema? And then the ceiling falls down, nearly hitting his partner. So
yeah, it sounds like he was trying to take out his partner and missed.
Most definitely. Anyway, we have come to the end of our show and your adventure. I wish to thank you so much for coming on the show. I've had such a blast with you. You've done very well by keeping the notes, by the way. I wish that more people would do that. So good for you.
I'm a D&D player, so I'm used to notes.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be saying goodbye to you shortly before I say goodbye to the chat myself. But please, first, before we leave, shill your wares.
Well, you can find me 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, on the Abysmal Critic channel, where I release a video about something regarding video games. Probably me talking about whatever in the world's bothered me, or some news article I found, or something along those lines. So if you want to stop by and hear some random thoughts about that stuff, just go ahead. It should be out 10 a.m. Mountain Time every Monday through Friday, as I said. For streaming, you can usually catch me on my Horror Amorata channel. Not a whole lot of streaming going on around right now, just because there's a bunch of other stuff going on in life. But you can catch me there occasionally, usually every other Sunday for a D&D 3.5 adventure, but timing has not worked out this week. So it sounds like our next thing will be the 23rd of March, but I'm not 100% on that. And yeah, I mean, that's basically what we got going on. I would like to say on behalf of my fiance, if you can catch him on his channel, Still Sheepsidian, 5 days a week at about 1 in the afternoon Mountain Time. If you want to watch him play some games, sometimes he does some tier lists, drawing. You can also commission him if you would like to see some drawings done for yourself.
I was going to say, yeah, he does do some artwork, and he is taking on commissions at the moment. And doesn't he? Are you any? Are you or Sheep on any other panel shows at the moment?
Oh, I do the Offensive Charm podcasts on Tuesdays. That's the one I do, and then Sheep is on Hypnocast on Saturdays.
Excellent. And you can find all of Horror's links down below in the description. There's the Twitter link, the 2 YouTube links, and of course her Linktree link down there. And so for now, I'm going to say goodbye to Horror. I'm just going to put you in the back. So if you want to stick around, and we'll have a little chat after the show.
Sounds great.
Thank you so much for coming. I've enjoyed myself with you, and thanks for being our guest adventurer. Until next time, take care. And you can catch me at JackTarLad on Twitter. You can also find me on YouTube and Rumble. This will be uploaded to Rumble a little bit later in the week. On Wednesdays, you can find me on Tomby's channel with the Hump Day Chinwag with the whole crew. On Tuesdays, I always do my game stream. We're currently playing GTA Vice City. That's at 10 o'clock at Greenwich Mean Time. And yeah, don't forget, next week on next Thursday's show, we have the wonderful Smooth the DJ, who is also one of the panelists on the Hump Day Chinwag, and he has his own channel. Go and check him out. He will be our guest adventurer next week. So until next week, thank you to everyone who joined us in the chat, and stay safe, everyone. Have a great night. Take care. Where's he gone now?